This is a lead design analysis of the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity house at the University of Alabama by Daniel Penn and Mark Slovensky. We will begin by defining LEED and describing how it works. Then we will preview our in-depth scoring analysis and how we graded the current renovations, and then we will determine how we can improve upon that score through tweaking the design. We will finally present the LEED ratings that could be attained for this project. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, and it is completely changing the way that contractors build and the public understands the places where we live, work, and learn. LEED gives builders and building operators a guide to implementing efficient and effective ways to build and operate in order to save the environment for future generations. The current LEED certification rankings and scores are as follows. Certified 40 to 49 points, silver 50 to 59 points, gold 60 to 79 points, and platinum 80 to 110 points. If a building is tagged as LEED certified, it is proof that a building, home, or community was designed and constructed in a way that emphasizes human and environmental health in the following areas: sustainable development, water savings, energy efficiency, material selection, and indoor environmental quality. The first evaluation of credits comes under the Sustainable Sites category. The strategic placement of two separate bus stops of the Tuscaloosa Transit and the Crimson Ride encourages students to ride public transit systems in order to lower the need for infrastructure and fuel waste. Therefore, 1 credit is earned for the first credit. Also, credit 4.2 was not satisfied, so unfortunately no credit was earned. A changing room exists within the house plans, however no covered bike rack does. Our team would suggest to construct a covered bike rack to encourage students to ride their bikes. The original LEED score was 21 points and the new LEED score was 22 points.
For the water efficiency section, Prereq 1 required that you use 20% less water than the water usage baseline. After comparing toilets, urinals, faucets, and showers, we discovered the fraternity house would use less water than baseline, but not the required 20% reduction. Therefore, the prereq is not achieved. When it came to efficient landscaping, the credit was void because of the lack of the prereq. However, the credit point would not have been given anyways because of the lack of a reduced irrigation plan. When it came to innovative wastewater technologies, the credit was void again, although no credit would have been given because of the lack of potable water reducing structures and water conserving fixtures. Credit 3's water reduction of 30% was void because of the building's lack of meeting Prereq 1, which called for a 20% water usage reduction. 0 lead points were given in the water efficiency section. For energy and atmosphere, Prereq 1's goal was to have a commission authority to lead, review, and oversee the completion of the commissioning process activities. There was not one, so Prereq 1 is unmet. However, in the new specs, we call for the hiring of such person, therefore Prereq 1 became accredited. Prereq 2 required a maximum of 100,000 square feet and required that the building abided by certain design process strategies and core performance requirements. We determined the building met all the requirements that the prereq was met. Prereq 3 called for 0 CFC-based refrigerants. Since some parts of the HVAC and R system were being reused, some CFC refrigerant was still being used. Therefore, this prereq was not met. However, in the new specs, a CFC phase-out will be performed and the CFC will be eliminated. A non-CFC refrigerant will then be used and the prereq will be accepted. Credit 1 required an increasing level of energy performance above the prereq standard. However, little energy performance measures were taken in the specs, so the credit was unmet. Credit 6 required the use of green power. However, in the specs, nothing was shown about a renewable energy contract to provide 35% less of the building's electricity from renewable sources. The credit was not met. This section originally had 0 points, but after meeting the prereqs, credits 2, 3, and 4 brought in 6 lead points.
Indoor environmental quality. Like all university buildings, smoke is prohibited inside this fraternity house. Since there is no smoking inside the house, signs are put up by the exterior doors showing that you can smoke on the grass or the outside patio. Prereq 2 is therefore met. According to the specs, carbon dioxide sensors and transmitters are installed periodically throughout the house, mounted 3 to 6 feet above the floor. Therefore, credit 1 is earned. The ventilation system specified in the plans is a standard system that does not provide adequate outdoor ventilation. Therefore, no credit is earned from credit 2. After closely examining the specifications for the carpet and ceramic tile, it is apparent that the flooring does not meet the credit. In addition to this, many VOCs are in the carpet that is planning to be installed. Because of these reasons, no points are earned for credit 4.3. Credit 6.1 Controllability of lighting systems requires that 90% of the occupants have individual lighting control. The specifications clearly portray a fixed intensity general lighting system, and therefore no credit is earned. In this house, just about all of the windows are a clad ultimate double hung window, which gives individual comfort control to meet the requirements of credit 6.2 natural ventilation. Our team would suggest one tweak to the specifications. At every person's room, install an individual light switch that controls an incandescent adjustable light bulb. The original lead score for this was 11 points, and the new lead score was 12 points. The purpose of Innovation and Design Process Credit 1 is to provide design teams and projects the opportunity to achieve exceptional performances above and beyond the LEED Green design standards. No innovations in design were proposed in the specs, therefore no LEED points were earned here. Credit 2 LEED Accredited Professional gives the project an opportunity to hire a LEED AP in order to share his expertise in design for the project. No evidence of a LEED AP being hired was presented, so therefore no points were earned. Our suggestion would be to hire a LEED AP to assist in the site process to fulfill credit 2. The original LEED score was 0 and the new LEED score was 1.
The purpose of the regional priority credits is to provide an incentive for the achievement of credits that address geographically specific environmental priorities. Unfortunately, because we didn't have the prereqs for water efficiency and energy and atmosphere, we could not pick up any of the regional priority credits. However, once the new specs called for the completion of the energy and atmosphere prereq, we were able to achieve a regional priority credit for having at least 1% on-site renewable energy. The original LEED points totaled 40 points, which resulted in the LEED certification. After revisions were made in the plans, 50 points total were earned, which resulted in the LEED silver rating.